Hello, beautiful souls. Samantha's here from Branches of Vibrational Healing. Ah, I love the name of our business. Has so many branches, deeply rooted, highly connected. Anyways, something that I just want to press upon is the more you connect inward, as in the more you begin to remember your soul's essence, you begin to remember why you are here. You begin to remember the love that's inside, the joy, the imagination, the grounded energy of being. You begin to release the layers and unpack the layers around limiting beliefs, around programs, around this is the way things should be, and you don't go outside that box. The more you allow yourself to connect to your true essence, connect to the energy of love and source and Mother Earth and the elements and the different directions and literally life force energy itself versus what's been shoved down our throats to be considered life. Um, there comes a point where you sometimes begin to feel, if you're aware of your gifts, we'll say, because we all have gifts. Let's say you're like psychic or you want to be a medium, you're an energy worker, but you want to like hone in on your confidence or whatever it may be. Now, how do I say this? In order to fully bring about our gifts and to trust them and to continue to allow our gifts to evolve where we feel safe to, and then where the universe brings us what we need in order to continue to grow, in order to continue to be in service to help others, we have to be in service to self. And the more we begin to connect to self, sometimes the less connected we feel to source. But what's really happening is your ego is no longer running the show. Your ego is no longer in the driver's seat. Maybe some days it pops up, but it's no longer the one driving the car, running the show, fueling your gas. It's your soul. So the more you release layers of things that maybe make you feel stuck or question who you are, um, be in comparison, put you in fear, the more you observe those and face them and work through them and appreciate them and not give them power anymore, that is you connecting with that source, with that divine oneness of why we're all truly here. To remember that within us, because we are powerful beings. We are loving, super powerful beings. And so I remember saying to Maria once, I was like, it's so weird because I don't feel connected at all. And it's because I'm so connected to me, which is source, right? Which is, if you want to say God, it's consciousness. It is chi. It's love. So, and then in my sessions, it's like, because I'm not attached to the sessions, I'm filtering it through compassion. I am trusting in literally the information coming in. I'm not second guessing it. It's like filtering and processing very quickly for me to compassionately deliver it. The same with my energy work. It's like I don't have to do anything. It's more my intention of connecting and calling in the energy and just feeling the energy and then sending the energy. And then I'm receiving the messages of what's happening in the person's body, consciousness, in their other lives, what's being retrieved, what's being pulled out. So I'm not forcing anything because I'm in complete divine trust. I am a channel. And all of us have abilities to be a channel if that's something we want to pursue. But in order to really hold that genuine space for us, but also being in the energy of people, you're not attached to the outcome of their, let's say, healing process of their journey. It is important for you to work on your internal beliefs, your system, your energy, so you don't get sick, so you don't get fatigued, so you don't, most importantly, judge it or think that you can save anyone. You have more humility and you have more gratitude for the work that you do. Now, there's many practitioners out there that may or may not do the inner work. It's fine. I personally am one that enjoys the inner work because I'm learning and I'm learning about myself. I'm learning about like the curious ways of life. I'm learning about, why does this thing have control over me? Like, why does that anger me? Like, I now look at it as super interesting. It's all fascinating to me, and it fuels me because a lot of things don't affect me as much anymore. And I'm not getting sick like I used to. I literally like life just feels like it's just like floating by, but like I'm floating by, and it's like nothing can stop me. It's this really cool, different feeling. And it's because I've done the work. And so that when I do work with clients, it's a total, I'm a receiver and I am trusting and I am sharing, right? And I've had some coaching clients lately like, I really want to work on my intuition, or I'm afraid that I'm getting farther away from my gifts, or I don't feel as connected. But it's like when you're going in and you're connecting to parts of you that have been hidden in the shadows, and you're communicating with your guides, and you're sending color to you, and you're connecting to your body, that is working on your intuition. That is you connecting to source because you are source. You are light. And we can do all of these intuitive practices, right? But if we're not trusting it because we haven't worked on the part of us within us that is afraid of trusting or is afraid of being seen, that's afraid of bringing our gifts into the physical reality, then we're just going to keep hitting walls, right? And the more you connect to your source, to the parts of you that have been hiding, that just want love, to the parts of you that have been protecting you from being fully seen, loved, held, expressed, witnessed, can you then really hold that divine, compassionate, safe space for other people to be their authentic self? It doesn't mean you need to be completely healed in order to start doing any type of spiritual work, any type of mediumship, any type of Akashic records, psychic energy work. No, because we can never be fully healed. But to be aware of when you're hitting blocks or where you're hitting resistance or where you're questioning and comparing, be like, what is this? Why is this happening? Right? Every person we encounter, whether it be a client, it be a parent, it be a child, it be a neighbor, be someone in the car next to you, we can learn something from everyone's behavior, from their expression of, as in just in their body, if they're not even talking to us. So when you begin to look at everything as interesting, you begin to observe everything, you then can have more compassion for self and compassion for others, which sends a vibration out of universal healing. When we can hold compassionate space for other people, no matter what they're doing, it's because we've learned how to do it for ourselves, right? As well. And so it's this funny point where I'm like, I no longer need to hold a bunch of crystals and feel like I'm connected. I no longer need to sit in this long meditation, say my intentions 3 times, swirl, feel the energy, and know that I'm connected. I no longer need to do this long drumming journey to know that I'm in like another world. Those are all great starters. Because if I didn't start that and allow my nervous system to feel safe on the voyage, on the journey of connecting inward and tapping into other people's consciousness, I wouldn't be able to be where I am now. But I am trusting that I am source. I am trusting that I am one with it all. And nothing is also mine. Even though I'm connected, nothing is also mine. Nothing is a constant, right? And when you remain present and you're an observer role and you feel your emotions and you feel what's going on for you, that makes you more intuitive. Your intuition just comes online. But your ego is like, that's not working on your intuition. That's not that. Because it becomes this point where it's just like easy. It's just like flowing, and your ego just questions it because your ego likes control. Your ego wants control. It wants to rush the process. And like I'm still figuring it all out because I have crazy premonitions and then I have feelings and then it happens. And it's like, but I'm not also diving into it. think things for myself. And so like if you're working like coaching with me, my soul alchemizing coaching, if you want to be a medium, we work on mediumship, but also we're working on what your higher self is saying you need to work on in this now moment in order to empower you, to align you with those mediumship skills where you're like, nothing can stop me. And I'm in full trust of whatever loved one or spirit comes to me. Like I know that nothing can hurt me. And I know that all messages are pure and are healing, right? Same with energy work. We work on energy work, but it's also embodying you. Like you are energy. And so if you're not connected to your own energy, how how do you think that that's okay? You connecting into someone else's energy all the time if you're not aware of the transference of energy, right? If you're not in full trust that like when it's not you healing the person, it's the universe coming in, supporting you and shifting energy so the person has the tools to heal themselves. We cannot live in everyone else's orbit, everyone else's universe until we live in ours and trust ours. And like that, when we begin to trust ourselves and we're like, oh my God, we have these aha moments, that's because you're in your intuitive energy. That's you. Like the best way to work on your intuition is the quote unquote shadows, is going in, is holding yourself where you have a pain, hold it, appreciate it. When something happens to you, it's like you sit down, you reflect upon it. It's not judging, it's reflecting, right? It's loving yourself more in all of the moments, in all of the chaos, and all of the calm. It's loving yourself and loving the experience. Doesn't mean when we love it's comfortable, right? It's not. But loving yourself is important because it helps bring your intuition on because you're no longer shutting down that essence, that source that is you. You are connecting more to it. And so when you, let's say, go to work with clients, it's just flowing. You're like, wow, all of this is coming in because I have experienced that and I've allowed myself to go into the depths of my being and like travel maybe to my other lives and connect to like the pains in my body. So now there's like a story to it. You understand it more. So when you now have those clients, you can better serve them because we get the clients that we need. And like I notice that everything I work on, all of a sudden my client is having. And so I know how to handle it. I know how to work on it. It doesn't come from a book. It comes from the experience of connecting to me and loving me unconditional so that source divine light can flow through. So I just felt like I need to share that because a lot of people are getting confused, and that's okay, around what's intuition, what's connection. Intuition is you, intuition is source, intuition is knowing things and then trusting them to then make them manifest, or also to trust that maybe you're just meant to know things so your nervous system, your physical body is prepared for when that situation manifests. You don't go into chaos and anxiety. You can stand there and be that safe space. It doesn't mean that you also might not have a little anxiety when it appears. You're like, oh my God, I knew this was coming. But it's different. You can notice that everyone else is a little bit more worked up than you are because you've had this like knowing. And I truly believe that we're all shown things and we feel things and we just know things because we are already experiencing them on our lifetime. So we're giving this life like, hey, heads up, right? Um, Whether the situation happens to us or people in our lives. The universe is not here to hurt us, it's here to help us. And the ego is here to, thinks it's protecting us, but it's really causing us to not be so connected to our intuition, to our source, to our soul. So when you do the inner work, if you're working with a coach or you're doing it on your own, just know that the more you're connecting to self and becoming aware of you and not judging your thoughts, that's your intuition coming online like crazy. You just don't know that because it's not something that's like physically taught to us growing up, right? And it's not always a gut feeling. A lot of times the gut feelings are like fear-based things happening to give you a signal for you then to hear or see or feel or trust in the knowing of, okay, we got to go, or nope, we're good. right? And when you're in those moments of feeling stuck, like I'm just not connected, it's like put on a meditation or dance with your body. Call in like a beautiful color. Go in nature, hug a tree. You're always connected. It's just, are you overthinking it? So if you like this video, please share it. Please subscribe to our channel. Um, my coaching is literally about, it's not what my video is about, coaching, but it's to support you in going within and feeling your true love for yourself so you can feel emotionally regulated, so you can believe in yourself. You can feel empowered in your body. You can connect with your elements, and you can connect with your organs. You can connect with the vital source of you, all of your energy centers. You can have better relationships. You can have better communication with others. You can love yourself. Love yourself. And you can take your power back. You hold all of the keys, babe. That's why I got this tattoo when I was 18. Strength. You can't really see it, but because no one holds the key to my power and my decisions except me. And it wasn't until I really began to embody that by going inward to the pains and the internal cries that I was ignoring forever did I really begin to trust my knowing. And no matter what someone said to me, it's like, this is my knowing. You can't take that from me. Like you can try, but this is my knowing. And then when my knowing happens, I don't say I told you so because that's we all have our own levels. We all have our own ways of living. But it's like it's just more proof of I need to trust me. But it wasn't until I went in to fully trust me that did I begin to feel even more connected to universal source energy, to the angels, to all the celestial beings, to my body, my body. And one of the greatest compliments I've been hearing a lot lately is from clients, people coming in like, oh my God, I just love how embodied you are, which is amazing because I lived my entire life unconsciously, not in my body. And it wasn't until literally going into my internal being, connecting to younger versions of me, into other lives of me, as well as like doing regressions and learning from all of my clients, did I really begin to become embodied. But I didn't become fully embodied until I was sick, till I got cancer, till my dog died. So that was about 2.5 years ago. So it's a huge compliment. So thank you. Because I take the internal worlds, as in each one of us, as sacred. It's a sacred space. We're all here to share. We're all here to live. We're all here to evolve. We're all here to ascend. But we have to subtract the thought that we are not already one. We have to subtract the thought that we need to protect ourselves from ourselves. Like, no, we have to love ourselves. So if you're looking for a coach, me and Maria both do coaching. If you're looking for support, we're both here. I'm going to be offering through Circles of Wisdom a monthly awareness alchemy class. It's the first Tuesday of every month for the next year, 2024, to support you in the shifts for each month. Nice little community if you want to join that. Maria and I also have some big things coming to share. Yep. Book a limitless session just if you feel stuck or you need some support, whatever. Just book it. But most importantly, share this video, connect with self, love yourself. You a badass. You wouldn't be here if you weren't a badass. So, I love you. Subscribe, share, live your best life. You are an intuitive being. Trust it. Trust it.